guys, and welcome back to another tutorial for digital tech. Today we're going to be looking at Google Sites, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction into how to create your learning portfolio and a couple of tips and tricks to work around it. So the first thing you want to do is open up your browser. If you're on your iPad, go to Safari. If you're on your MacBook, go to Google Chrome, and you simply type in Google Sites. Okay. When you type in Google Sites, you'll see it'll come up to this page and you can click Google Sites. The other way you may do it is select on your icon pad up here and click Google Sites. Either way, open it up. When you open it up, you'll notice that it's just like another Google Suite program. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to set your template up, okay, nice and easy. Now you guys will have access to the exemplar portfolio that will have all the information you need. I'm just going to show you how to set it up though. So the first thing you can see, template gallery up here. Wouldn't recommend the blank site. I personally like the club site, but if you just push the arrows over here, you can see if you go general, there's a whole group of different ones. But for this one, we're just going to click the club one. Actually, we'll go class, okay? So I've clicked on class. We'll just let that load up for me. Perfect. Now the first thing you want to do is up here in the top left hand corner is create your name up there. So I'm going to put Mr. Stevens. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is put your title, which you can double click on the class. Okay. Mr. Stevens again. Mr. Stevens digital I'm going to put. Actually, no, we'll leave it at Mr. Stevens. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is put your title. So for this one, you're going to put portfolio. Once again, you just click on your name or click on the text, sorry, and just put your title. Okay. Now you can put whatever title you want. I'm putting portfolio. You might put digital learning book. You could put digital tech learning portfolio. Okay. And now there's a couple of things that you need to do to set your site up. Now the first thing is, if you go over to our Pages tab, this is how we set it up to look like a website, okay? So we click on Pages and you can see we've got a couple of different options here. Now it's come pre-made with two. We're gonna edit those two, okay? And you can see on the exemplar one, we've got 4 key headings, okay? And what that's gonna look like is it matches the design process. So we look at identifying and defining, okay? You're going to double click on schedule and type that in. Okay, and you can see it changes it here. And this will be our different tabs. Okay, once you've clicked on the tab, you can either click it on up the top or you can simply click it on over the side with a single click. You may change the heading as well. The next one you need to have is research and planning. Okay, so we'll double click on newsletter. You'll type that in, okay? And you can see I've now got 2. And once again, I will paste that in, okay? So you can navigate through your Pages tab here on the right hand side of your screen, or you can navigate like a normal website up the top, okay? Now, how do we add more pages, you may ask, okay? Down the bottom here, you can see this big plus button, okay? If you're on an iPad, you click it, and you'll need to click the plus button again. If you're on a laptop, simply hover over and click this big circle with the plus at the bottom, new page. And our next title we need to put in is producing and implementing, okay? And push done. And the same thing is, you can see it's automatically put the title in for us. Perfect, okay? If you want to change the order, you can see it doesn't quite look how we want it. You can simply click and hold and drag it down, okay? So we'll keep that in the design process. The last one we need is testing and evaluating, okay? Same thing, click the plus button, click the plus button again, type in testing and evaluating. So by the end of it, you should have your 4 headings, okay? Nice and simple, easy to identify, okay? We're not worried about the content just yet. The next thing you're going to have to do is where you see these 3 dots on the right hand side. When you click that, we're going to have to click add subpage, and what that's going to give us is exactly what it sounds. It's a sub-page, a sub-menu. So under identifying and defining, if we look at our exemplar, we've got some different topic headings that we're going to look at. One being hardware and software, and one being Pocket Guide to Social Media. So I'm going to copy that in, you're going to type it in, and we're going to go add sub-page, okay, and you're going to paste that in, all right? And then you'll do the same for Pocket Guide. And make sure you click the 3 dots on identifying and defining, not on hardware and software, because you want that to sit nicely. So then you can see up the top now, we've got our 2 separate pages, and then we've also got our introduction page. You will go through and do the remaining subheadings for research and planning, producing and implementing, and testing and evaluation. And please refer to the list that you will have below this video. The next thing we're going to do is we need to customize this a little bit. So the first thing that I would recommend for your title page is we need to delete this. We want it to be a title page, okay? So you can see when I hover over, if you're on an iPad, you can click each section. You can see there's some dotted lines across your screen. You're just going to push delete this section, delete this section, delete this section. We don't want any sections on our title page. All we want is our big heading, okay? So you'll delete a couple of them. There's a lot on this template, which is fine, okay? Now, header type. If you click header type, you can see there's a couple of different options. We want cover. This is our main page, okay? Now, we want something to do with digital text. So if you go to image, okay, now the best way to upload images, okay, into this website is either from Google Images or from your Drive. So if you click select, it comes up with a couple of different headings. Here's some pre-made ones by Google, okay, your Google Drive is there, but the main one we're going to use is Google Images. So if I type in technology, okay, and let's grab something that looks a bit like this. Okay, you've pushed insert. Okay, you can see that's a bit blurry, but we're happy with that. Okay, nice. Now you've got your name, you've got your title, and you've got your pages. The next thing that you might go, oh, I'm not a fan of that yellow line. So if we go over to themes on our right-hand side of our screen, and we can see there's a variety of different themes, okay? I might want it green, I might want it red, or I might go, I'm more of a vision type of person, or I like the box, whatever you feel that is going to be best for you. And I'm going to run with something like this with a big yellow line, okay? You can also click the paint can and you can adjust it. Maybe we want some green, okay? We'll run with that. Font style, and we're going to do capital, all right? Now, a couple other tips you need to know about Google Sites, okay? Let's go to our first page, identifying and defining, and you can see it's very bright green. So maybe green's not your color. I would pick a plain color. Well, the best thing about Google Sites is there is some pre-content block formatting done for you. So when it comes to looking at, if we look at our first page, hardware and software, you can see you have to design a logo, okay, etc. Now this is just a picture. So if we go back to our site, we could insert an image. We just click image over here on our right hand side. So our right hand side is where we do all our work, okay? Click image, click select, and you can go through the Google Images or you can go through your Google Drive, okay? The other option you can do is click one of these content blocks. So if I click one of these content blocks, it prompts us with a couple of things. A title, so we might go logo, okay? As a description, please have a look at my logo, full stop. And we'll just make sure we've got a capital letter there. And then we will push the plus button and you can see it's the same thing. We want to go select image or from Drive, depending on what you're doing. Go to Google Images and I'm just going to type in logo, okay? And let's go with the Lego one for today. Insert, you can see unsupported, okay? If this happens, it just means the image is too big for you. So you need to click these three dots, replace image, select, okay? Google Images, logo. All right, and we'll run with Google. Let's see if this one's okay. Now you can see it's not working, okay? That's okay. You can simply push remove, go to images, click select, go to Google Images, type in logo. Okay, it's just because of the size, and you'll see that should load up there, okay? My computer's not quite working today, and that is fine. So we're just gonna go images, select, and I'm gonna just put in, perfect, there we go. Drag it up. So it's just like Google Slides or Google Docs. You can drag your image to go wherever you see fit. All right. That's the first thing. The other one that you can do, say I've done a really nice slideshow that I want to demonstrate my research and planning or wherever you see fit. When you do you'll see when you do your actual site, you go to research and planning and you got your designer jersey or you got your spreadsheet, okay? How you get to insert that is, you got to scroll right down the bottom on the insert page and you're going to click whichever Google suite you have used. Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets. So for instance, I'm going to go Google Slides. It's then going to prompt me to one of my slideshows. So it's going to just click design this one. Checking, okay. Viewer, that's fine. Push share. All right, and it's put it at the bottom. Now we're just going to drag it up to the top because we want it front and center. Okay, and you can see there, you can work through the slides. I've only got one slide there. All right. The final thing is there's a couple of different ones here that you may choose to use later on, and that is a button. Okay, if you click button, okay, and I'm going to put help as there, and then I'm just going to link the exemplar. You're going to paste that in, okay, and when you click that button, it's going to take you to that site. Now, the last thing you need to do when you go to publish your assignment at the end of your semester, when your teacher says that we've inserted all we need, is you're going to push the publish button. It's the blue button up in the corner. You'll see it's already named Mr. Stevens. Okay, I'm going to just call it Digital Tech Recording. Okay, you can see it's got the tick. If it's been taken, you may just have to put a number in your website address, okay, or a little double letter. All right, then you can see who can view my file. You want to push manage, and you want to change Catholic Education Office to public or staff and students. Either one is fine. Okay, it's only anyone with the link. So then you'll go done and you'll click publish. Okay, no problem. We'll then push the paperclip, the copy publish link site, copy link, and then you'll go to your Google Classroom and submit it. Okay. Hope, good luck, Digital Tech.